Awesome. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Sara. I'll be leading you through our yoga sculpt. If you have taken classes with me before or your first time, small weights if you want them. You don't need them if you don't want to. You can just use your own body. But we are going to begin just in a comfortable seat in our space. Feel free to sit however you need to. If it's crossing your ankles, maybe even putting a pillow underneath you. You want to stretch those legs out. And we're just going to start by bringing our hands up to our shoulders. We're going to inhale, draw those elbows up, and then exhale, roll them down. Just take that a few times, really slow and steady. Try to draw some circles with the elbows. Kind of arriving into our breath as we do so. So inhale, pulling up, and exhale, rolling the shoulders and elbows down. And now you can release those hands and just take a couple big arm circles. Maybe even change your focus, looking up towards your ceiling, let that chest broaden. And we're going to bring hands behind us. You can have hands at your low back or interlace your palms. We're going to, again, roll those shoulders down, and you can just stay here, or maybe start to dip your head forward and begin to float those knuckles and hands towards the ceiling. If you bow forward, we'll start to lift ourselves back up, and we'll release our arms, send that left arm towards the ceiling, and take a little easy side stretch. And then inhale, lift up through the center. We'll stretch to the left side. And inhale, come back up. We'll bring the other hand or thumb on top behind us. Again, roll those shoulders down. Stay here, tall and lifted. Or bowing the head, hands can start to lift up. If you bowed forward, sitting ourselves up, and again, we'll reach the left arm up, take it up and over, side stretch, maybe reaching a little bit further. Inhale, lift through the center, and take it to the left. And inhale, come back up. We're going to transition into tabletop. As we find our hands and knees moving through the spine, cat and cow. So with our breath, inhale, arch the spine, drop your belly, chin, chest, lift. Exhale, begin to cat back, scoot that low belly in. Inhale, cat. Exhaling, cat back. Continue to move through. An option is you can turn those fingers out or back towards your knees and get a wrist stretch. Maybe even tuck your toes. If you want to even exaggerate, you can bring your hands forward and kind of begin to rock those hips forward and back as you move through cat and cow. Just a few more rounds wherever we are. And we're going to all meet down on our bellies. So as we lower down, we're going to keep our hands right underneath our shoulders, elbows towards the ceiling. And we're going to inhale, keep the legs into the ground. When you exhale, lift your chin and chest and start to float your hands. And then lowering back down, take an inhale. Exhale, lift. And lower, inhale. Exhaling, lift. Release it, inhale, exhale, lift, 4 more, inhale, exhale, lift, last 3, inhale, exhale, lift, last 2, exhale, lift, 1 more, we're going to hold and breathe, so as we lift up, pin those elbows in, releasing the head and hands, pressing up into your tabletop. We're going to tuck our toes and stretch up and back into a down dog. You can begin to pedal, move through the feet. Maybe check in on that upper body that we just worked on, so you can nod your head yes, shake it no. And coming back to our bellies, so lowering down, and this time we're going to keep our hands on the mat, and we're going to start to lift our legs. So inhale, and again, exhale, just float both legs. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Now, as we lift through the legs, try to keep the knees straight. And think of your inner thighs gently squeezing towards each other. And lower. 4 more. Exhaling, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 3 more. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Last one. Again, hold and breathe. Release the legs, press back up into tabletop, tuck the toes, stretching into our down dog. Now here you can continue to pedal and bend through the knees. Alternate those feet, but think about pressing through the legs into the ground. We'll continue to walk our feet all the way up to our hands, nice and wide stance. Feel free to grab your elbows or shoulders, finding a ragdoll here. We'll switch, try to bring the other hand on top. And bringing our hands back down. From here, open twist your right arm high. Maybe start to circle out that right wrist. You can add some big arm circles, opening the chest. Go the other way. And switch it out, left fingertips high. In this twist, you can roll your wrists. You can add your arm circles. Go both ways. And we'll bring that hand back down, zip the legs together to touch. And we're going to bend our knees, weight to the heels, and inhale, chair, lifting our chin and chest. Palms are facing in. Again, try to rock that weight even further to the heels. We're going to start to warm up right away with a little mini pulse in the legs, up and down. Breathing, 8, 7. We'll take a forward fold in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch forward, fold nose to knees. Left foot steps back, low lunge. From here, we're going to open twist our right arm high. Bring that right hand to the inside of our right foot. We'll quarter turn to a wide forward fold. Any amount of bend in the knees, and we're going to keep turning towards our left foot, towards the back, and find that low lunge and open twist your left arm high. Release that hand back down, step to your high plank. You're still facing the back. From your knees or your toes, we're going to take 3 push-ups. You can always lower your knees. Exhale, start to lower, elbows hug in. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up, down dog, facing the back. Now walk your feet to your hands, still facing the back. Bend your knees in chair, weight to the heels, reaching up. Squeezing inner thighs together, palms face in, find that pulse in the lower body. Pressing weight to your heels for 8, for 7, for 6. We'll fold forward in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch, fold forward, nose to knees. Left foot again steps back, low lunge. Open twist your right arm high. Release that hand to the inside of your foot. Quarter turn to a wide forward fold. Again, keep walking your hands towards your left foot. We're turning back to our original front and open twist, left arm high. Release that hand, step back to your high planks, front knees or toes. 3 push-ups. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up, down dog. Stretch your back. From here, we're going to start to stretch our right heel towards the ceiling. 3 leg down dog. Now bend that knee, draw it in towards your nose and shift forward. Stretch that leg, 3 leg down dog. Again, bend the knee, pull in, curve your spine. 1 more, stretch that right leg half. Bring it all the way through. You can use your hands to step that right foot forward. Press down through your feet, high crescent lunge, lifting our chest. Airplane your arms, reach your fingertips back, chest comes forward. We're going to take it to a standing splits. Hands come down, rock your way forward, stretch that left leg. We're going to take a little squat. We'll start to bend both knees and maybe even tap those toes down or keep them lifted off the floor. Stretch both legs. Again, start to bend your knees, sink low. 1 more, standing splits. Start to bend both knees, standing splits. We're going to step that foot down to meet our right. And then inhale, stretch up, reaching fingertips towards the ceiling. Goal post your arms, engage your glutes, take a little back bend. Inhale, stretch up. Fold forward, nose to knees. Left foot steps back, low lunge. We're going to press that heel down, come up to your warrior 2. So bending into those right knees and toes, kick that left heel out. We're going to flip our palms towards the ceiling, biceps towards the ears. Now we're going to try to just work our obliques. Keep your lower body where it is. So inhale and exhale, lean towards that front foot, arms out. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, take a little lean back. Inhale up. Exhale, lean. Inhale up and lift back. Inhale up and lean. Lift up. As you lean back, keep that front knee bent. 1 more. Lift up. Lift back. As you come up, warrior 2, just stretch your arms out. Make sure that back heel is kicked out, front knee over your toes. Now we're going to straighten that front knee and just reverse triangle. Feel that side stretch up and back. Hands cartwheel all the way to our front foot, low lunge. We're going to float that right leg in our 3 leg down dog. Adding on, so cross towards your left arm like a big side plank. Kick that foot out. Try to open your arm towards the ceiling. Unwind that left hand to the ground. Stretch that right leg back. Down dog, full round of breath. Now lifting our left heel, 3 leg down dog. Bend that knee and curve your spine. Shift forward. Stretch that left leg, reach up. Again, bend the knee, curve the spine. 1 more, stretch that leg high. Step it or bring it through. You can use a hand, low lunge. Press down, high crescent lunge. Airplane the arms, chest leans forward. Hands down to the ground, standing splits, rock forward, float that right leg. On our exhale, we'll bend both knees, little squat. Toes can float or tap down. Standing splits, stretch both legs. Bend the knees, squat. One more, standing splits. Knees bend, step that right foot down. And then stand tall, reaching fingertips high. Engage the glutes, goalpost the arms back, bend. Inhale, stretch up. Folding forward, nose to knee, right foot back, low lunge. Spin that right heel down, warrior two, coming up. So again, in this warrior two, your front leg, your left knee and toes are pointing forward, kicking that back heel out. Draw palms towards the ceiling, biceps to the ears. Inhale. Exhale, use the obliques, lean towards that bent knee. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lift away. Inhale, up. Exhale, lean. Inhale, up. Exhale as you lean away. Keep that depth in your front knee. One more. Leaning away. And straighten the spine. Warrior two. Press those arms out. Straightening that front leg. Reverse triangle. Feel that side stretch and lifting towards the ceiling. Hands come to our front foot. Low lunge. Sweep that left leg. Three-leg down dog. Now adding on cross towards your right arm, big side plank, kick that foot out. Open the right arm towards the ceiling, press the hips high. Unwind that hand back down, stretch that left leg up. Take it to your down dog. Full round of breath. Now coming forward, bring your feet all the way up to your hands. We're gonna take a seat. And then if you wanna use your weights, bring them with you. We're going to come down onto our backs. And we're going to have our weights with us. We're going to have our feet planted, knees towards the ceiling. And you're going to have your palms facing up, but our triceps are resting on the floor. So we're just going to think of bicep curl and lower. But now as you bicep curl, you're going to keep those hands off the floor. So they'll never fully touch down. They're just going to bend. And then straighten a little bit. Bend and straighten. Now, as we bend our elbows, we're going to lift our hips up. As our hips lower, stretch those arms. So just as those hands hover off the floor, think of your hips staying off the floor the whole time. We're just pressing up and lower. Pressing up. So you're pressing into the ground with the feet and with the shoulder blades, and everything else is lifting and lowering. Up and down. 4, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Draw those hands in, and now press your palms and weight towards the ceiling. Bend your knees to your chest, and you're going to try to stretch those legs towards the ceiling. Knees can be slightly bent. So now all we're going to do is keep those inner thighs squeezing together and keep your weights or your hands squeezing together. And we're just going to start to tap those weights overhead and pull back up. Bringing them overhead, back up. Now at the same time, keeping your back flat into the floor. Now if you want to add a little bit more, let your legs float down about 45 degrees and keep them there. Stretch out, back up. Arms tap overhead and up. We're here for 8. For 7, keep that breath flowing. 6. Knees, arms will come in 5. 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Draw those arms in, bend your knees in. Plant those feet down. You can just bring your arms and your weights out to the side and let your knees windshield wiper a little bit side to side. We're going to do one more thing here on our backs. So we're going to replant those feet. And this time we're going to kick that left heel out. And it can be straight up or inner thighs connected, heel out. And this time we're going to have our arms stretched towards the ceiling. We're gonna lift our glutes up. And now all you're gonna do is you're gonna bend your arms in. So you're making kind of right angles. You're gonna open your arms and close. Open, now keep your hips high, open. Now if you want to add a little bit more, when your elbows open, you're gonna bend that left knee into your chest and stretch. Bend it in and stretch. Think of pressing through your left heel, stretch. In and stretch. For 4, hips stay high. For 3, for 2, 1, arms are in, plant that left foot down, keep your hips high. Switch your legs, press that right heel to the ceiling or out, squeezing inner thighs together. Arms open, pull it in, bend that knee in. Out and in. Stretch, pull it in. 4, 8. 7, we'll release everything in. 6, 5, in 4, hips are high all the time. Last 2, 1, bring everything in, lower those hips down. You can just take those weights off to the side. Maybe take a little massage here. You can kind of circle out the knees and shins. You want to take a little rock through your spine a few times, or whatever you need to do to make your way up into your down dog. And as you stretch out, take a moment pressing into both hands and both feet. All right, so inhale, stretching our right leg high. Knee to nose, shift forward. We're gonna add on, stretch that right leg up. Draw towards your right arm. Pull that knee open. Stretch that leg high. Cross to your left elbow. Stretch that right leg high. Bring it through, low lunge. High crescent lunge, reach up. We're airplaning our arms, chest is forward. Now you can stay here or shift your weight and begin to float that left leg, finding a balance. If you found a balance and you want to try a little, tap that left foot down, lift through your left hamstring, down and lift. If you were in your lunge, maybe just bend that knee and then re-stretch. Knee bends and stretch. So wherever you are pressing through that left hamstring. For 4, for 3, high crescent lunge, 2, and 1. Find your way back, high crescent lunge. From here, warrior 2, right away, pressing open. Palms are up, biceps towards the ears, leaning forward. We're gonna hold here this time, breathe. Press that right knee over the toes, lift through that left side and the right side. Stretch that right knee up, reverse triangle, both arms reaching back. Hands cartwheel all the way to our front foot, low lunge. 3 leg down dog. Cross the body to your left elbow, fallen star. Kick that leg out and open. Unwind that left hand, stretch that right leg back up. Step it into your down dog, full round of breath. Now inhaling our left leg high, knee to nose. Inhale, reach up, cross to your right arm. Stretch that leg high. Open the knee, bring it to your left arm. Stretch that leg up, step it through, low lunge. High crescent lunge, lift up. Airplaning the arms, chest is forward. Now again, if you want to, rock the weight, begin to float that right leg, full airplane. And then you can add your toe tap down, lift a leg, or stay in the lunge, bend the knee, stretch. Knee bends. Wherever you are, you're lifting through that right hamstring, up and down. We're here for 4. High crescent lunge in 3. In 2, 1, high crescent lunge, stepping back, reach up. Warrior 2, open up, Palms to the ceiling, biceps to the ears. Lean to your front leg, reaching out. We're holding here and breathe. Keep that bend in your left knee. Straighten that left leg, reverse triangle, both arms reaching back. Hands cartwheel the front foot, low lunge. 3 legs down, dog. Cross to your right elbow, fallen star, big side plank. Kick that leg out, right arm high. Unwind that hand, swing that left leg up. Take your down dog, both feet down. From here, walk your feet to your hands, forward fold. We're going to separate our feet about hip width distance or a little bit wider. And now you can just stay right here, or if you want to get a deeper hamstring stretch, you can let both heels kind of twist towards the right side. And maybe you walk your hands towards your left leg, or even wrap your hands behind or around your left leg if you can't quite touch the ground. If you're up higher, you can kind of wrap and pull yourself close. Think of pulling your left hip back in space. Few more breaths here. You take a moment, check in on that upper body, nod your head, yes, or shake it, no. And then we'll unwind and let the heels twist to the left side. Again, hands can come over towards the right on the ground, or if we need to, they can wrap around that right leg wherever we are. Think of pulling that right hip back. And again, unwinding into the center. Bring those feet together to touch. We're just going to bend our knees, crouching curls. Let our hips drop down towards the heels, releasing those hamstrings. From here, we're going to step back to our high planks. Now, at any point, so you can release into your tabletop, maybe take a moment, assess how those wrists are feeling. So an option is to always come down to your forearms, because we are going to come into our forearms in a minute, but we're going to start in our planks. So you're going to have those heels and knees lifted. Again, you can be on your forearms if you need to. If you're taking forearms this first time through, have your hands separated and really think about pressing down through your hands and your forearms. And so all we're going to do is we're going to start to bend our knees so they're floating off the ground, and then stretch. Knees bend and stretch. Nothing else is moving. Bend, stretch. Down and stretch. Wherever you are, hands or forearms. Bend and stretch. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up to your hands, take your down dog, press it back. So now from this down dog, we're going to release to our forearms and bring your hands a little bit closer towards your feet. Now you can have your hands interlaced or stack a palm one on top of the other. You can bring those feet and hands a little bit closer together. Now you can stay here. If the shoulders and back and arms are looking for a little bit more dolphin kisses, you're going to try to lift your chin and chest. Slowly shift forward. Press your weight back. Head gets heavy. Lift your chin and chest. Slowly shift forward. Press your hips back. Head releases. Shifting forward. Pressing back, or you can stay where you are. I invite you to try to stay a little bit longer than what you might want to. You can do it here for 4. Last 3. We'll take a child's pose into 1 more dolphin kiss and release those shins down. Stretch your arms out. Let those knees and hips open. Find your child's pose. Just another couple rounds of breath here in child's pose. As you are ready, making our way up to our tabletop, we're going to tuck our toes. We're actually going to walk our hands towards our feet, back of our mats or our space. Stretch those legs out and then zip your legs together to touch. Have your knees bent, just kind of walk your hands up your legs as you roll through the spine. Take just a shoulder roll or two. We're going to reach our arms up towards the ceiling. And we're going to find a little balance. You're going to start to shift your weight into your right leg. Pull your left knee in, finding a one-legged balance. You can keep your arms up if you need to. You can have hands on your hips or hands at heart center. Flex and lift those left toes. And we're going to try to press that heel out and then draw that knee in. Kick that heel out and in. Out, in. As you think of kicking out and pulling in, think of lifting a little bit higher through your chest. 4, 4. Don't lean back. Stay tall for 3. We're going to step that foot forward. 2. And 1. Now step that foot forward. Keep those heels and toes on the ground. Kind of a big, wide stance. Hands to your hips and just start to flat back. Pull those hips back, chest coming forward. Now we're going to airplane our arms, reaching our fingertips behind us. Reaching our arms forward, biceps to the ears. Use your back and core to lift your spine straight up. Now shift into that front foot and draw your right knee in. So now we're balancing on the other foot. Flex that right foot. Hands can be down, heart center or up. Kick that heel out. Bend that knee in. Press that heel out. And in. At the same time, stretch down through your left leg. Kicking out. And in. Only 4. 4, 3. We'll step that foot forward. 2. And 1. Now as you kick that foot forward, toes and heels touch down. Keep that stance wide. Hands to your hips. Pull the hips back, chest coming forward. Think of almost being in a tabletop through the spine. Airplane the arms. Now reach those fingers forward, biceps to the ears. Keep the spine straight. Use the core and back to lift us up. Just shift forward, step that left foot to meet our right. Release to a forward fold. From here, we're going to bend our knees, taking a seat. Having those feet planted. Sitting up nice and tall. So letting our arms reach forward. We're going to start to roll all the way down, one vertebrae at a time. Now, as we come onto our backs, you can have your feet a little bit closer. We're going to let our knees fall towards the left. We're going to kind of roll onto our left side to try to stack your legs and then begin to roll a little bit more onto your back. So you're finding a little bit of a twist. And we're going to have our arms reaching towards the ceiling. Now you can extend your legs a little bit more. And we're going to start to see if we can lift our chest and see if you can begin to float your legs a little bit. So you're contracting that whole right side. So you're kind of balancing on your left hip. Lower your legs, lower your arms and chest. Again, start to lift up. See if you can find a C curve in that side. And lower. You can always just lift your head and your arms. Keep your legs down. Or you can try to lift your legs and keep your head down. It might feel a little bit different. And lower. We're going to try to take 4 more. Lift and lower. 4, 3, and down. For 2, and down. And 1, and down. Find your way onto your back. Draw your right knee into your chest. Send that left leg long. Kind of take a couple circles with that right leg. Kind of open and close or circle it out. You can either keep both legs straight with that right heel towards the ceiling, or you can bend that bottom knee, finding a right hamstring stretch. Just a couple easy breaths. And we'll rebend that right knee, planting that foot to the ground. We're going to do that on the other side, so letting our knees fall to the right. And again, roll onto your right side. Stack that left leg on top. And then we're going to try to roll onto our back. So our shoulders come down. And you can let those legs extend a little bit more. Arms towards the ceiling. And just start to lift those arms, lift your chest. Maybe try to float your legs. So you're balancing on that right hip. Lower the legs, lower the chest. So curling, lifting up and lower. Now again, you can just do your upper body, or you can try to just float the legs. Your inner thighs are squeezing together, especially if you're just doing the legs. We're going to take 4 more, lower it down. Take it for 3 and down. For 2 and down. Last one. Lift and lower onto our back. Bring that left knee in. You can extend that right leg long. Again, maybe kind of circle out that left hip and knee. And moving into hamstring stretch, extending that left heel to the ceiling. Both legs straight, or you can bend that bottom knee in. And then you can start to release that left foot back down. And both feet be flat. And just bringing our arms out to your goalpost. And then you can just float both legs towards the ceiling. Let your legs be separated. And maybe we kind of shake it out. Imagine that there's water on your shins and tops of your feet. Let those legs dangle. If you want a little curve for your back, hands can come underneath your low back, hugging your elbows in towards your ribs as you start to lift your hips and low back off the floor, stretching legs overhead, or you can have those knees bent in. And whether you have just your legs towards the ceiling, legs up the wall, or you have lifted your hips and you're in a plow, we're gonna kind of find our way back down and finding our way up to a seat, closing out just as we began, but this time together, soles of the feet and letting our knees open wide. And we're just gonna sit up nice and tall here. Again, start with those hands by your shoulders. Maybe it feels a little looser. We're going to take an easy twist. So bring that left hand across, right hand can come down behind us. Just lift and twist open. On your exhale, come back through the center. Go the other way, right arm crossing the body, easy twists. And on our exhale, coming back to the center, and this time folding nose towards the ankles. If we feel still pretty tense and tight in those hips, slide those feet further away from you, making more of a diamond shape. And as you are ready, slowly sitting yourself back up. Shake everything out. All right, nice work, everybody. Thanks for joining me again. I'm Sarah, and yeah, I'll see you next time.